Yo guys, welcome to ShayanGaming. Today we're going to be talking about Yone, the latest champion coming to the league, who is super OP. He's got some crazy combos and abilities, so let's get straight to it. In terms of your Q, Mortal Steel, the second stack that you have when you use the dash, you only dash halfway, you don't go to the edge of the ability, but the damage and knock-up does indeed go to the end of the range. Note that the damage and knock-up can actually happen slightly outside of the range of the ability as well, which is nice. You can indeed use the dash to jump over walls, as you can see over here. If however you're too far away from the wall, the dash won't actually get you past the wall, because remember, you're only going halfway of the ability's range. You might be wondering what happens if you press flash straight after you've pressed your Q to do the whirlwind. All that happens is the range of the whirlwind and dash starts from where you end your flash. Oh, that rhymes. So note that you're not extending the range of the whirlwind, you're just starting it further down. Note that buying cooldown reduction doesn't do anything for your cooldown of your Q, which kind of, is counterintuitive because it's called cooldown reduction. I just said cooldown reduction, but that's a nice way of saying it. Instead, can I interest you, my friend, in some very nice attack speed, because that will definitely help you massively reduce your cooldown and cast time for your Qs, and you can constantly spam that whirlwind. Even though it's not called Whirlwind, but I like to call it Whirlwind because it makes sense. So as E Soul Unbound, you can use it to dash over walls, which is great to go and poke someone or steal the Drake, for example. And as you can see, when you use the E ability, your original body actually dashes backwards in the opposite direction for a bit. You can't use the original body's dash to jump over walls. So over here, for example, if we use our dash downwards, our original body won't dash over the wall, it will just stay where it was. So yeah, you can't use that to jump over walls. Your W, when you use it against an enemy champion, gives you a shield that doesn't really last long, it's about 1.5 seconds. But if you use it against more enemy champions, then the shield gets bigger. And obviously, because this damage is % max health, it's really good against tanks. And to increase the shield even more, it stacks up with AD. So if you buy a ton of AD, which is what I'm about to do over here, and then you use the shield, then it's quite insane. And you can imagine when you're in late game, etc., and you have more items, then obviously that shield is going to do a lot more for you. So there's actually quite a few things to say about the ultimate. So the most basic thing is, yes, you can dash right to the end of the range. So just to see it again, at the very end, that's where we end up. However, if there's an enemy champion in the range of your ultimate, then you'll end up behind them, as you can see over here. If there are multiple enemy champions, you'll end up behind the last one, so the one that's furthest away. And as you can see here, all the other enemy champions will end up right behind you, essentially behind where you're standing, and then you have a nice Q that can hit them all in range. In terms of combos, well, at the very beginning when you're starting off, I would go with Q and then W with level 2. The reason not to go with E or go with any other 2 ability combo at the beginning is when I did some DPS checks, it turns out Q and W had the highest overall damage in DPS compared with, for example, going Q and E or W and E. Another thing I wanted to add is the range of the W is quite large, and obviously the shield doesn't really last that long, so I wouldn't necessarily W first in the combo when you're just using Q and W. I'd go Q first, because there's no point shielding yourself from far away when by the time you actually reach the range of the enemy champion to actually deal any damage to you, your shield's already gone. So it's kind of waste the shield if you do that. So I just do Q first because it's quite a long range, and then W and then Q. In terms of your pre-ult combo, this is when you have Q, W and E unlocked. There are 3 alternative ways of using the combo. The first is the all-out one, where you E first, Q, W, Q, and then if you have enough cooldown reduction to use your Q whirlwind in the middle of that fight, so that by the time you come out of your E, you're applying the extra damage from using your 2 stacks of your Q. The second iteration is the same combo, but instead of using the dash of your Q, you save it for when you come out of your E, because you think maybe you're not going to be able to finish them off and you need to chase them. So if you save the dash for after your E, then you could dash towards them. The final iteration is when you press your E early to come out and you use your second stack to dash away because you're in danger and you want to escape. Now the ult combo is pretty much the same as what we did before. However, after our W we ult, because after we've done our first Q, we're still waiting for it to come off cooldown, and we have enough time to use our ultimate to get extra damage before our E ends, so we can apply that extra % damage. Well, thanks guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy it and found it useful, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And this is something whether you're seeing that you can never do in League, but it's just really fun to watch. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Stay safe everyone, see you guys in the next video, and adios.